The Baby Bang of Civilization Brief. Quote, what starts here changes the world. The University of Texas. The Baby Bang of Civilization got started way before Athens, but after Egypt and Mesopotamia at the crossroads of the Fertile Crescent in Israel. This heuristic brief tries to be simple, clear, and to the point. For a more comprehensive coverage, please go to my books at Amazon, videos at YouTube, and my site paradiseism.org on the web. So then, the Baby Bang of Civilization within the Big Bang of Creation was authored by Moses in 1312 BCE in the Middle East. But narrowing our focus to the Baby Bang, civilization then moved on from Phoenicia to Greece, where it spawned in 6th century BCE Ionia with the pre-Socratic thinkers, and from there to 4th century BCE Athens with the philosophers where it flourished. Then on to Rome, where it went pandemic, and the rest is history. The Baby Bang of civilization started at a point and frame of reference composed of the triad first word of the creation story and the mute first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Namely, in the first word Genesis 1:1a as Breshit in head of, and in the first letter Aleph, A. Jointly, as Genesis 1:1a Aleph, this triadic word and unique letter make Aleph Breshit, A in beginning of, where in beginning of has been substituted for in head of, and we've underlined the opening letters for emphasis. In an effort to conform with traditional Mosaic terminology, I've condensed this teaching 101 of Genesis 1:1a Aleph into the mnemonic acronym PARADISE. This Master key Q is further facilitated by visualizing it as a right triangle inside an ellipse with a square for background. Teaching 101 is a theory and practice lesson that, quote, a whole thought is made up of triad parts in language. That is, the indivisible one whole idea in the cloud is made of the divisible triad parts PRD of speech of language. Succinctly, in ordinary parlance, this translates as faith S in knowledge PRD. Unfortunately, the sages of old hijacked faith S into religion, leaving for later philosophers to likewise make of knowledge PRD into science. Behold, from the primeval holistic to the dualistic broken world of today of messianism and scientism, respectively. The breakdown, courtesy of our non-creative sages and scholars, is as follows. By the time the Baby Bang of civilization reached Ionia in the 6th century BCE, the breakdown was in the triad schools of thought, beginning with Thales of Miletus, highlighting the physical P, Xenophanes of Colophon, and Parmenides of Philea, emphasizing the spiritual D, Pythagoras of Samos, the mental R, and additionally Pythagoras, the secret S, in the secret sect of the Tetractys. Moving on to the school of thoughts in the 4th century BCE, the physical P was picked up by Aristotle, the spiritual D by Plato, the mental R by Socrates, all the while the secret S went underground completely. Today, we have that same triad projected as realism P, idealism D, eclecticism R, and separately religion S. With all due respect, and asking forgiveness up front if I've hurt susceptibilities, having been raised Catholic, but I am now an Anusi. But the stumbling block of culture is messianism, in first and second coming versions respectively, and scienticism, all across the times. The sages, after having missed the cue of Mashiach enthusiasts, bewildered and depressed after the destruction of the Second Temple, under the cover of authority, switched a single letter to Messiah. Ever since, this has been repeated top down, thus making the difference between the holistic promised world and the dualistic one of today in permanent crises. In closing, the political application proposed is, quote, beginism, unquote, of the American Universal Constitution model, or Ameriversal for short. Basically, it follows closely the primeval Mosaic thought as per Paradise of Genesis 1:1a Aleph. Today, the world is in a mess. The question is how to return to the primeval standard of paradise. Nothing short of this will last long, and most likely any fix will only make things worse. What a post-nation-state world needs are constitutional uniformity throughout, based on justice of beginism as second-tier capitalism. Names matter just like at first. Herein we substituted in beginning of for in head of, and being the case that Latin caput for capital means head, we did likewise in this by ascending capitalism on the timeline into beginism. The short answer is, on the one hand, political society of government composed of the first power, legislative, and second power, executive, and on the other hand, civil society of the people composed of the third power, judicial, fourth power, news media, and fifth power, the university. Eligible students all vote on candidates of the political society, but only students, teachers, and staff can vote on civil society officers. Filling in the details by global consensus will be the next item on the agenda. Well, that's all, people. Yours truly, Rick, and GD bless.